I want to talk to you about how to choose a virtual receptionist service. And it's an important topic for a lot of small business owners. So here's an overview I want you to pay attention to. Let's first talk about what does a virtual receptionist do, because you need to have a clear idea about the job description before we get into the nitty-gritty here. So a virtual receptionist can serve just like a regular receptionist in your company who actually sits at the entrance, answering visitors' queries, taking phone calls, booking appointments, and discharging other inbound services. However, the benefits of utilizing virtual receptionist services go far beyond that. Many businesses today are remote, for example, e-commerce stores, and customers from around the globe might have questions about your services and pricing and want to call you, right? Now, if their queries come at odd hours, let's say you're just sleeping odd hours based on your location, you may be unable to take those business calls and emails immediately. And small businesses may also be unable to hire several in-house customer service representatives. I mean, the cost is just too high. And so the best virtual receptionist service providers typically operate 24/7, so they can take incoming calls outside your business hours. Small businesses may also find them more affordable than hiring in-house staff. In addition, an excellent virtual receptionist will usually have bilingual receptionists catering to non-native English speakers as well. So for a lawyer whose time is divided between court and client meetings, their law firm has much to gain by hiring an answering service. For example, this is just one example. So what makes a good virtual receptionist service? Let's talk about that. Well, aside from offering inbound services, top virtual receptionist services may also provide the following features. And we're going to put this on the screen so you have a clear idea what I'm speaking about. So you have outbound calling, scheduling appointments, call scripting, call recording, order processing, transferring calls, web chat, mobile app, reports and analytics based on data collected from the call, right? It's all about making sure that you are clear about what type of service you're having, because otherwise you can't really get the best service. You got to have the best service if you're trying to really offer stellar customer service. Boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. Make yourself comfortable. You are going to enjoy today's conversation. Let me give you the approach I want you to pay attention to here. So when we talk about a virtual receptionist service, let's really go a little granular here. So what is a virtual receptionist service? A virtual receptionist service offers call center services, including call answering, appointment scheduling, and other inbound services. So this is basically a company as opposed to a virtual receptionist. Okay, now this is a company. This is not an individual. In addition to what I just said, call answering, appointment scheduling, and other inbound services, a virtual receptionist service can handle an extensive range of admin tasks depending on the plan you subscribe to. And virtual receptionist services are also called answering services, live answering services, call center services, or virtual answering services. So depending on the geography, people have different names for this kind of service. But hey, listen, overall, it's they do the same thing anyway. And so note that bots and auto attendant programs may handle an answering service. On the other hand, a live virtual receptionist is a real human and therefore will be more effective in delivering personalized experiences to callers. I mean, people are talking nowadays we have artificial intelligence. People are talking about chat GPT and all that kind of stuff. Right now, this conversation is not about that. We're talking about regular humans here. So how does a virtual receptionist work? Well, when a call comes in, a virtual receptionist answers the phone on behalf of the businesses and businesses and handles the calls according to the business's instruction. So you have to actually give the virtual receptionist basically pre-established instructions. So this may involve taking the message, transferring the call to a specific person or department, or scheduling appointments. In addition, some call center services help with marketing campaigns, especially when working with a marketing firm. Although call center services will require some information from the company, they must do extensive research on their product service to assist callers in the best way possible. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to choose a virtual receptionist service. So when we talk about this service, what kind of benefits can you expect? In other words, what benefits do virtual receptionists offer? Well, there are a lot of benefits, but in today's conversation, I really want to focus on a few of them. The list that I'm about to give you is not exhaustive anyway, but it just gives you a bird's eye view of the constellation of benefits you can expect. So here are some benefits you should expect to gain from subscribing to a virtual answering service. So by handling inbound services on your behalf, virtual receptionists can help free up time so your in-house team can become more productive at your core business operations. So we're talking about what? We're talking about your core staff being able to focus on, I would say, front office tasks, revenue generating tasks, things that really can bring in sales, right? You don't want to do little things that don't add value. It's all about focusing on value adding tasks. And another benefit is that call center services offer trained receptionists, meaning you can create great first impressions on your callers. Not just any random exhausted employee will be taking your business calls. And also, call center services can help improve sales through outbound calling and marketing campaigns. And you also have to think about the fact that with a virtual answering service, you have 24/7 answering services. Mean that what? It means that your customers will never have to wait until your business resumes daily. I mean, imagine if it's 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. and you are in New York, your employees are going home. But if you have, let's say, a call center in Nigeria, or let's say in the Philippines, they might be still open and they might be able to actually help your business run. Okay. And by subscribing to call center services, customer queries can be resolved without bothering you or your team. So again, this goes back to what I said earlier. It's all about the outsourcing capability here. And you got to ask yourself, does this make sense for me in terms of outsourcing? Another benefit that we love about a virtual answering service is that call recordings, reports, and analytics can help with quality assurance. See, the thing is that, anytime when you call, sometimes you hear, well, your call is being recorded. That's true for quality assurance, whatever. And this is important also because you want to make sure, sometimes they say for training or quality assurance. This is important because you want to actually change things, you want to improve things as you move along. So let's talk about the decision process here. How much does the virtual receptionist really cost? It really depends. It depends on your industry, it depends on your business model, it depends on your business vision, it depends on the specific task you want the service to do for you. The cost of answering services varies based on the number of answering minutes your business needs. Most providers offer multiple plans with the more expensive packages supporting more advanced features. Virtual receptionist costs can range between $180, that's $200, to $3,000 monthly. And so note that the seemingly most affordable options may not always meet your needs. Of course, you may desire more than just basic answering services like reporting and unbound calling. So ensure that you compare prices alongside features when choosing an answering service. Also look out for hidden fees. And so answering service may charge by pay by the minute, monthly fees, and tiered pricing. And so this is really good. And the good thing is you can actually customize a virtual receptionist service to meet your business needs. Yeah, totally possible. This may include setting up custom call scripts, integrating with other business tools, and providing specialized services such as appointment scheduling. Everything is totally possible. And so many virtual receptionists offer 24/7 availability to ensure that all incoming calls are answered promptly, regardless of the time of day or night. And so it's important to understand that the virtual receptionist services, basically, they typically have multiple receptionists available to take calls, which allows them to take multiple calls at once and minimize hold times for callers. This is really important. And you can also set up a virtual receptionist service to handle multiple languages. Just ask them, and you need to specify the language that you want the virtual receptionist to speak. Okay. And in terms of confidentiality, your business data is actually kept private because there will be a contract between between your business and the virtual receptionist service before everything starts. Okay, and in some cases, you might also have encrypted communication channels and strict access control. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about how to choose a virtual receptionist service. So let me give you the steps you need to really pay attention to here. What should you look for in a virtual receptionist service? First of all, you basically want to pay attention to specialization. Why? Because while having a virtual receptionist specialized in your industry is not always mandatory, it may help foster frequent and proactive communication, as the receptionist can anticipate common client queries and offer assistance proactively. And proactive communication can help boost your customer experience. Let me give you an example. If you are an architecture consulting firm versus so you have a virtual receptionist who has experience in that field versus a credit card processing company. Those are two different sectors, right? So the queries that you may get from clients are usually different or will be different. So specialization plays an important role. You also need to think about live answering services. So some services use bots or digital recordings to reply to customers. This is often more affordable. However, having a real virtual receptionist is more desirable when a personal human feel is a priority. And also you have access to the auto attendant. So access to the auto attendant ensures that you can update, add, and remove names from your company directory without waiting for a third party. This is important because confusion may arise when the directory is disorganized and outdated. Also think about the answer time. So a good answering service should answer phone calls quickly. Customers will not be satisfied when they are made to wait a long time, and they may just switch to your more responsive competitor for their needs. Also think about bilingual service. Having bilingual receptionists is important if your business caters to an international audience. Also think about the working hours. Answering services with a 24/7 operation will be best when you receive a significant call volume during off-business hours. And what about the cost? Well, one reason for utilizing call center services is to actually save cost while boosting business efficiency. As a small business owner, you might want to consider your budget, revenue, and the cost of the virtual answering service before making the splurge. Let me give you a review here, and this is a question that we have gotten from a lot of our viewers. What is the difference between live answering and virtual receptionist? Well, live answering services and virtual receptionists are more alike. They're more the same thing. Live answering is a broad category that includes virtual reception services. However, virtual receptionists can be more flexible, handling a more comprehensive range of tasks. With live answering services, phone operators answer phone calls in your brand name and respond to customers according to scripts. And live answering services will be a good fit if it's just about phone answering and you want to ensure your phone calls get answered. On the other hand, if you need someone who can resolve simple queries or tasks on their own, then virtual receptionist services will be a better choice. And so what is really the best answering service for a small business? Well, small business owners are typically knee-deep in activity, spending all their time running administrative duties alongside a limited staff. And whether you have 3 people or 5 people, whatever, those people should be really focused on generating revenue, not really doing virtual receptionists. Okay, because you might want somebody to actually handle the back office answering services, okay, for example, so that you are able to free up time. And so you need to always consider your current call volume, admin needs, and answering service costs to determine the cost benefits here, okay? Because the bottom line here is you want to pay attention to what really is great for you. And so what is actually the best virtual receptionist service for the industry you're in? Well, think about Ruby Receptionist, for example, Abby Connect Receptionist, Posh Virtual Receptionist, for instance, Answering Legal for law firms, Nexa for law firms, or Smith AI for law firms also. So You do have a lot of players here. The bottom line here is that if you have any question about your specific industry, let us know, because we'll be able to tell you exactly what kind of virtual receptionist you might need in your industry. Put it in the question below, and one of our team members will answer you ASAP, and we'll tell you based on the geography that you're in, but also based on the sector you're in. We'll tell you which one works for you. Now, I want to really share with you the types of virtual receptionist services that you might actually encounter. When you start your research now, when you start your research, you might be thinking about which one really will be better for me. And virtual receptionist and answering services operate in several ways. So you have inbound services. So inbound services, this involve handling incoming calls, messages, and other inbound services. And you also have outbound services. So in addition to inbound services, some call centers, they actually send follow-up emails, assist with marketing campaigns, and remind customers of scheduled meetings. You also have automated. So automated, customers interact with the chat bot or auto attendant in this type of answering service. In that case, customers may be unable to get help with the non-predetermined issues. You also have live answering service. Here, real humans interact with customers instead of bots. You can also have a scripted call center. So scripted call center services rely on written scripts. For example, you may provide a sales script or customer service best practices for the agents to follow. You also have industry-specific call center services. So some call centers are specialized and only cater to certain industries. A good example of an industry-specific virtual assistant company is Answering Legal, which serves law firms only. And you also have back office outsourcing. So the thing is that when we talk about back office outsourcing, we're not speaking here about answering calls anymore, right? So because back office outsourcing companies offer extensive assistance with voice and non-voice related tasks. So this may include bookkeeping, data entry, scheduling consultations, and answering phones. So this is kind of cool. So just kind of give you a few final words here. Virtual receptionist services provide a brilliant opportunity for businesses to connect with new and existing customers personally, maintaining a professional image, and creating outstanding impressions. So whether you're a startup, boutique law firm, boutique company, or e-commerce store, you have much more to gain. However, remember that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. While some services may be too expensive for your budget, some can be overkill. So when subscribing to a virtual receptionist service, consider all the features and only request those you need. You don't want to pay for stuff you will not use or stuff that will not benefit your business. This is kind of an important element. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I explained to you how to choose a virtual receptionist service for your business. I explained to you in the overview what they do, the approach, sort of give you a few background step here, and talk to you in the decision process, the steps you need to follow, and the review you need to go through every now and then. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.